Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're looking at personal transformation, specifically through action.
Yeah, and we're drawing from this really interesting article, 1 month beats 30 years of theory, 30-day self-help challenge. It's by one of the Mullen brothers.
Right, and it makes a pretty bold claim, doesn't it?
It really does. The core idea is that practice, like actually doing stuff, is way more powerful for real growth than just, than just thinking or reading about it.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack that. We want to get into the key insights and, more importantly, the practical steps this article lays out for, getting into action.
Okay, let's do it. So the article kind of kicks off by taking a shot at the self-improvement world, or at least how we often engage with it.
Yeah, this idea that just consuming content, reading the books, listening to shows like this one, even feels like you're changing, but maybe you're not.
Precisely. It calls it the dopamine loop of false progress. You get that little buzz from learning something inspiring.
Feels good.
It does feel good. But the article argues it can be a trap if you never actually, do anything with it. You just keep chasing the feeling of inspiration.
And the examples are so relatable, right? Highlighting books you never look at again, saving posts.
Oh, yeah. Saving those Instagram quotes you're going to live by until the next one pops up. Or listening to hours of podcasts on building habits. But your habits are still the same.
Guilty as charged sometimes. It really nails the difference in feeling. It says, transformation doesn't always feel good. Inspiration does.
That's a key distinction, isn't it? Real change often involves pushing through discomfort, whereas inspiration is usually, comfortable, pleasant even.
And that comfort can keep you stuck just thinking. So the article proposes a way out, this 30-day action framework.
Yeah, and it's framed as very structured, but also like minimal commitment to get started. It's designed specifically to build momentum and bridge that gap. It directly connects to that title idea. 1 month of action beats 30 years of self-help theory.
Okay, so let's break it down for someone listening. Step 1 seems simple enough. Pick one goal.
Simple but crucial. The emphasis is on one. Not 5 things, not a total life makeover, just one single thing.
And there are criteria for picking it.
Yeah, 3 key things. It should stretch you a bit, push your comfort zone, but it also needs to be realistic, like achievable with small steps in a month.
Okay, stretch but realistic.
And maybe most importantly, it has to excite you. There needs to be some genuine, I want this energy behind it, not just a should.
That makes sense. You need that excitement to push through the discomfort later. Okay, so you've got your one exciting, realistic, stretching goal. What's step 2?
Step 2 is create a map. This is where, the theory really starts turning into practice.
The rubber meets the road, kind of?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You literally write down the goal. Then be honest. Where are you right now with it? Like, what's the absolute starting point?
Okay.
And then the main part. Break down the path from here to there into the absolute smallest progressive steps you can imagine.
And the examples in the article for this are pretty eye-opening about how small can be.
Totally. Like, the goal is bench pressing 100 kilograms, but maybe you haven't been to a gym in years. The first step isn't lifting. It might be,
Buying gym shorts?
yeah, or packing a gym bag, or just putting the packed bag by the door. Seriously, that small.
Or even, doing 5 push-ups at home first. Just something.
Right, or watching a tutorial video. The article really stresses that for someone dealing with anxiety or inertia, just say leaving the house to go to the gym, even if you turn around, can be a huge win, a massive step.
It reframes success, doesn't it? Success isn't just the end goal, it's taking any step forward, especially the hard ones.
And there's this interesting tip for mapping those steps. It feels a bit backwards at first.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It suggests ordering the steps by difficulty, like psychological difficulty, not necessarily by logical order.
Huh. So put the steps you're most anxious or resistant about higher up the list, even if they technically come later.
Kind of, yeah. Or at least acknowledge them as the bigger hurdles. The idea is maybe tackling those mental blocks early gives you a bigger boost.
That's interesting. Maybe knocking out a feared step makes the others feel, less daunting. It unlocks something.
Could be. And this isn't just theory for the author. They share a really personal story about applying this.
Right. About social anxiety.
Yeah, going from being really anxious, struggling to speak clearly, to eventually recording long, unscripted videos and podcasts. It's quite a transformation.
And the steps were mapped out just like this. Super small.
Exactly. Started with just speaking out loud alone. Then reading challenging texts aloud, like Marcus Aurelius. Then talking more with friends.
Okay. Gradually increasing the difficulty.
Then using low-stakes platforms like Instagram stories, then longer videos, then YouTube, eventually podcasting. Each step built on the last.
And it wasn't about reading 50 books on confidence first. It was just doing the slightly scary thing repeatedly.
Yep. And the author says something about that feeling. The most addictive feeling is stepping out of your comfort zone and growing.
So it's like you retrain your brain. Instead of the dopamine from just reading, you get it from actually doing and seeing results.
That seems to be the idea. And to make this stick, the article talks about some core mindset shifts that kind of happen naturally as you take action.
Because the action changes you,
Yeah.
right? Not just what you achieve.
Exactly. First is this identity shift. You start seeing yourself differently. You become someone who chooses discomfort sometimes for growth.
Instead of someone who avoids it. Okay.
Second, embracing process over perfection. This is huge. It means starting messy, not waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan.
Just starting, even if it's clumsy.
Right. Action, however imperfect, is better than perfect inaction. Like hitting record, even if you stumble over your words.
Gotcha. What else?
Learning to let go of outcomes. So yeah, you have a goal for the 30 days, but the real win isn't necessarily hitting that specific target. It's the doing, the progress, the momentum you build. That's the success.
How's that different from process over perfection? They sound similar.
Good question. I think process over perfection is about how you start and continue, like, accepting messiness. Let go of outcomes is more about your definition of success, valuing the effort and growth along the way, regardless of whether you hit the exact final number or goal in that specific time frame.
Okay, that clarifies it. So value the journey, not just the destination within 30 days. And the last shift.
It's fundamental. Actions, not words. You don't think your way into being confident or disciplined or whatever. You act your way into it.
You become a runner by running, not by reading about running form all day.
Precisely. You do your way into becoming. It's about embodiment through practice.
Makes sense. And then the article sort of turns to the listener, to you listening now.
Yeah, it's pretty direct. It basically says, okay, you've heard the theory. You are now enrolled in the challenge.
No pressure then.
But also, like, a clear invitation. Just start. And it reiterates the steps, keeps it simple.
Right. Pick that one goal. Commit to it. Write it down. Maybe tell someone.
Build your map of those tiny progressive steps. Remember the difficulty ordering idea.
Get off at least one step every single day, even a tiny one.
And try to push yourself just a little bit further. Expand that comfort zone gradually.
And it's clear this isn't about, like, revolutionizing your entire existence in a month.
No, not at all. The article says, this isn't about changing your whole life. It's about proving you can do something difficult and grow from it.
It's about building that internal evidence. Prove to yourself that you can take action, you can face discomfort, and you can grow.
Yeah, it shifts you from being just a consumer of ideas to an active participant in your own development. One small, maybe uncomfortable step at a time.
So wrapping this up, the core takeaway really seems to be the immense power of consistent small actions. How they absolutely trump passive learning for real change.
It definitely makes you look at any goals you've been putting off, maybe stuck in the thinking about it phase, and ask, could this framework be the key?
Yeah, could this be the way to actually finally start? The article ends with some really nice, encouraging words, too.
It does. Life's hard, but you're choosing to grow. I'm proud of you, which is quite a thing to read.
It is. And then that final call to action.
Stop scrolling, stop theorizing, start acting. The theory part is done. Now it's time to walk the path.
So thinking about everything we've discussed, this 30-day framework, the mapping, the power of tiny, uncomfortable steps, it leaves us with a question for you listening. What is the single smallest step, maybe even ridiculously small, that you could map out and actually take today, right now, towards a goal that stretches you just a little bit?